I'm not quantum connecting with it. I'm not quantum connecting with that. I'm not quantum connecting with that. I'm not quantum connecting with that. You have to say that 1,000 times till you don't quantum connect with it. Don't say what it is, because the universe doesn't understand no, right? I'm not quantum connecting with that. So you cover your ears, you cover your eyes, you move on. There's a couple people I have these short conversations with on a daily basis. And one of them walked up and she said, the other one said, "I like your shirt." The older lady. And then the younger lady had the shirt on. She said, "Yeah, blah, 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 blah." I said, "What is that?" She said, "That's Jelly Roll's wife." I said, "Jelly Roll? What in the world are y'all talking about? You don't know who Jelly Roll is?" I said, "Nope, never heard of such a thing." And they said, "There's no hope for you. There's no hope for you." And I covered my ears. I said, "I'm not quantum connecting with anybody named Jelly Roll. I don't want that to reverberate into my world." And so this is the way. There's a Bible verse on this. There's certain things you don't commune with. One of them, you don't commune with devils. You don't commune with devils. The saints are actually called to be separate. Yeah, we can help people. Yeah, we can give them the gospel and all. But you're really called to be separate, set apart, and not to commune or have communication with devils. Now we walk in this place, we work in this place, we have to pay our bills. But the communion with devils, bad company corrupts good morals, right? I promise you, when you start to commune with the devil, they're going to take you down a path that leads, actually, if you were to commune with somebody to the nth degree who's on the dark side, it would take you down to drugging, drinking, fighting, arguing, sorcery, witchcraft, and eventually murder. That's in Galatians 5:19, 20, and 21. You can read it. You can look at the progression of the flesh mind. Those who walk in the flesh and not in the spirit. And so, I don't care who it is, bloodline, neighbor, somebody you have to rub shoulder with to make some cash flow. I don't care who it is. If you're communing with the demonic doctrines, if you're quantum connecting with the demonic realm, it's going to reverberate a pattern that you don't want to be in. And that pattern is real. That's why they try to get you to obsess, you know. The devil can't possess you once you get saved, but they can try to get you obsessed, right? Because if they can get you obsessed over something or somebody or whatever, then you don't have a sound mind. And the devil can't mess with you unless he can take away your sound mind, your sound doctrine, your peace. So there's some people can hear me and some people can't. But the ones that can hear me, you're not alone. You had to cut them off. You had to move on. You had to, even if it was bloodline. You know, there's a lot of people, you read the comments on the narcissist, there's a lot of, some of these women, I was married to this narcissist for 30 years and I finally escaped, and I escaped with my life. You read another one, I was married for 20 years and this person was so narcissistic, it drove me crazy. I went insane. And I finally got my sanity back after I got away from him. I promise you, when you quantum connect with a narcissistic, demonic hive mind, false doctrines, it creates patterns in the 3D. And these patterns are real. It's time to step out of it. Just go. They were never there for you anyway. They never helped you when you were down. They never had your back. if they never had your back and you're always pulling them up, what is it? It's a one-way highway to hell. And I'm not saying you're going to lose your salvation, but I'm talking about hell on earth. I try the spirits. I test them. I talk to people about different things. I'll throw some topics up, see how they respond. And I definitely don't want to hear nothing about some jelly roll or something. And I just, every time I walk, they were still talking. I walked, held my ear, put my hands over my ears, and I can't talk about this. I don't want to hear it. She had a picture of some woman on her t-shirt. And I like, okay, so if this is about somebody else, why you got a picture of her? I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. Please, if there's any comments, I'll delete them. I don't care about anybody named Jelly Roll. When I think of Jelly Roll, I think about a donut. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's funny how they're putting signs. When you turn the music on and you turn the TV on, the commercials, even your email, you get email commercials now. They're putting these things in your face to distract you from the deep spiritual things going on. Study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman that needed not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. And so you do that, and he says, be not conformed to this world, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So you do the other verse I just said. Now you get into really some serious, deep meditation, contemplation. And you realize this whole thing's a game. The objects are hitting you to push you to the next level. If the person, okay, they're talking to somebody, and you ask them, you say, were you, 10 years ago, was that you? And they say no. So in 10 years from now, the you that's sitting here now or standing here now, is that person going to be you 10 years? And they said now. They said no. I said, well then now the you that's now is not even real, because it's being changed. It's a temporary you. So what is the whole purpose of being here if the you yesterday doesn't exist? The only reason it comes back, think about this for a second. The only reason the new you reverts back to the old you yesterday is because the people you rub shoulders with try to stagnate you, to not grow. And so whoever you're rubbing shoulders with, if they're not growing and you commune with them too much, you are going backwards in time, backwards in revelation, backwards in you're back to your old identity was yesterday. So the less you commune with these people, you go away for 20 years, you're a totally different person. About 2 years ago, out of the blue, some lady walked in the door, came up to the desk, and I was standing there talking to somebody. And I thought, is that who I think it is? Somebody I dated a long time ago that I did my best to escape that little trap. 20 years later, or 10, or I don't know, who knows? I don't even care. 20 years later, they appear to try to bring back some memories of somebody who doesn't even exist anymore. You don't even exist anymore. The only reason you stagnate is because you quantum connect with people who don't push higher, who don't rise up. This is how you stay young. You become new every day. Every two months, I'm a different person. How do you stay young? You're new every day. How do you get old? You live in the past, and you live in regret, and you live in the old. People try to put an old identity on you that don't even exist. It never existed. The only reason that they hung around as long as they did is you let them you let them believe the lie that they wanted to believe about you that's not even real. Because you didn't want to upset them. That's what I'm saying. The codependency enabling thing. The reality bubbles that we have created and put on others, we don't even know those people and they don't know us. But we project those reality bubbles. We think that person is this because God's the only one that looks on the heart. So we project something that's not even real. We project something that's not even real because we don't really know that person, because only God knows that heart. God knows them better than they know themselves. And so they're interacting with you based on a program. You're interacting with them based on programs. Now, if you're self-aware and you're really doing the inner meditation, you can actually step into the mind of Christ and interact with people from that mind instead of the program, instead of the prejudice. I know when I started doing rideshare, different people would get in my car, different races, different ages, the male, the female, the older, the younger, and I was like in shock. I had to change my whole reality, my whole view of life. Just because a person looks this, that, or other way don't mean a thing. You have to really talk to them to get to know them. And then even if you talk to them for an hour, you still don't know them, because you'd have to talk to them for 10 years. But if you talk to them for 10 years, they're growing and you're growing with them. Really, you talk to, let's say you've been married for 10, 20 years. And then somebody wakes up and that person that you were married to, you never knew them. And you're like, I never knew that person. It shocks you. So I'm trying to show you, I see the shift with the floods and all that. There's a lot of people waking up and their whole reality is crumbling. And I'm trying to keep you from jumping off a bridge or something when it does crumble, because it's going to crumble. God doesn't let you live in fake reality forever. And when it crashes and burns, a lot of people, when you say you're born in sin, that reality is so contrary to what they want to believe that they call you crazy. Yes, you're born in sin. Yes, we all deserve hell, and only Jesus saves. And some people who don't believe that everybody's born in sin, they will fight you. Their reality bubble is so, they're entrenched in that fake reality that they're not sinners, that they will fight you tooth and nails and call you every name and persecute you and chase you and stalk you and lie about you, create more fake realities, because they don't want to face the fact that they're born in sin. In sin did my mother conceive me. That's Bible verse. In Adam, all die. Bible. In the first Adam, everybody died. In the second Adam, people can live by faith. Enter in by faith. Fake reality bubbles. And it's so rampant when you start to wake up, you don't want to live in Genesis 3 anymore about anything, because that's fake reality. You want to live in the truth.